Gun violence is a grim reality of life in the United States. According to a 2017 survey, about 40% of Americans own a gun or live in a household with one. How crucial is the issue in U.S. polls? Here's the full report.
Arming and securing. The world's most advanced democracy making a choice between President Donald Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden. The circumstances are unprecedented in American history. A country battling its worst public health crisis in a century.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
Inflamed passions over race and job losses. If all that wasn't enough, Trump has partly stoked concerns with his repeated claims that the presidential election could be rigged because of prolonged count of postal ballots.
I think it's a terrible thing when ballots can be collected after an election. I think it's a terrible thing when people or states are allowed to tabulate ballots for a long period of time after the election is over, because it can only lead to one thing, and that's very bad. You know what that thing is. I think it's a very dangerous, terrible thing. And I think it's terrible when we can't know the results of an election the night of the election in a modern-day age of computer.
As fears of post-election violence loom in the United States, gun sales have surged ahead of the November 3 vote. The owner of this firearms store in the battleground state of Pennsylvania says his wares are flying off the shelf.
I'll tell you, the current environment as far as guns go, if you took everything that Obama did, everything that Clinton did, and all the school shootings, and combined them all, they would not equal what's going on right now in the firearms industry. That's how much greater this is this time. The demand for firearms and ammunition is far eclipses those three incidents all put together.
America has more guns in the hands of civilians than it has civilians. About 120 guns per 100 people. According to official data, firearm sales are up by 80% in swing states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin this year.
A number of militias have come up through the country, and they promise to go around polling places to keep the peace, as it were. This is, according to Democrats, one way of intimidating their voters. According to Republicans, one way of protecting their rights.
With healthcare, employment, and peace at greater risk than ever from a potential unrest, Americans are boarding up their properties. That's how storefronts across the US are preparing for threats ranging from possible spontaneous attacks to planned violence.
Ahead of this election, reports show that millions of guns have already been sold. And the fear is being driven on both sides. There are people who say that they are scared of people who have been protesting racial injustice. And then there are people who say they are scared of the right-wing militias, which they have sometimes seen on the streets during protests. So this uncertainty is driving the gun sales and benefiting the gun rights and the powerful gun lobby of this country.
Trump's objections to mail-in voting has impacted his supporters. Remember, Americans have rushed to vote early, already casting nearly 60 million mail-in ballots that could take days or weeks to be counted in some states. Tempers are running high.
We've been getting middle finger stuff thrown at us all for the past hour and a half that we've been here.
An unsettling sensation in the countdown to the election day. With Aviruk Sen in Texas and Pratiksha Gildial in Washington, Bureau Report, India Today.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.